This ain't a test drive. This is the real drive.
All right, we're live now. Here we go. Give it a second.
All right.
It's connecting. We're going to transition to live video in a second. I'm just connecting the still image before we get going here. Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Yeah, but do we have anybody watching?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. Give us a heads up out there if you can see this. This is our first time doing this little exercise. So, welcome to the Fire in the Radio
Yeah.
Release Day broadcast. Adam, you want to lead it off?
Yeah. Have we started?
We're up. We're up. We're live. This is it.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. I want to see who's here. I want to see who's signed in. How do I see that? Okay. All right.
All right, we're on. So let's see here. Well, welcome.
Awesome. So we got some thumbs up coming.
Well, welcome everyone.
Hey guys, bear with us. This is our first time doing this. We're totally stoked to be with you. So anyway, all right. I'm just gonna get into it. All right. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in right now. Today's a big day for our band. We have released our new album Monuments, and we are super proud of it. It dropped today. Okay, I'm getting feedback here.
Here we go. This is it
But
right
I'm
here.
too loud. There's the Monuments record. How beautiful is that, right? Okay, so our latest album, Monuments, dropped today. We've been super excited to share this with the world. We recorded it last June in New Jersey at the amazing Gradwell House Studios with our good buddy Jesse Gander. And so today we're trying something new. We're going to try this live streaming thing. You know, I think John is set up to play some live tracks, and we're going to just play some new tracks off the album too. And I've hopefully everybody out there is going to just start giving us questions. We want to interact. You know, we're all isolated right now, but we're not going to be able to be playing any live shows anytime soon. But you know, hey, this is what we got. I think this record's pretty relevant to what's happening in the world right now, and I don't know. I think we're all really proud of it, and we just want to share it with everybody. And it's a weird time, but what an awesome day. Let's just let's hang out. Let's have a chat for the next hour. Let's just listen to some music and have some fun.
So we want to give
You there, John?
we want to give an early shout out to the other half of this band who is watching and online and commenting, Rich and Ed. So technologically, we have not yet figured out how we get 4 people into a live stream that doesn't look like an old episode of Hollywood Squares. So we're trying really hard to just keep it simple today. But you know, Rich and I both take turns, as most people know, on the vocal duty. So pretty much half and half throughout a record. So please know that if your favorite songs live are the other half of the record, they'll be coming to a stream near you shortly. But today you're going to have to suffer through my half with some listening to some of the other songs. So I appreciate it, and we'll keep working through this technology to see how we get the other half there. But thanks everyone for joining us. I share Adam's sentiments. It's you know, we recorded this record back in June, and we couldn't have known the time we'd be in now when we'd be releasing it. But the record itself was always about trying to make people inspired to have hope and understand that they can themselves be bonded together by communities to make change. And that just seems like such an important thing right now. Even though we're so separate, it just seems like we're here with you, and that's such a great thing. And I think the more that we can just continue to work together, I think there's hope on the other side of all this too, and I believe that. So thanks for sitting here listening with us today. We're again super excited about it. We're going to kind of take, we're going to be sort of your old school MTV VJs, and we're going to try to play some of the songs live in a more stripped down setting, and we're going to try to play a little bit of the clips of the record, and any questions you have, we're happy to answer. So maybe from that we should transition here a little bit, Adam, and you can kick it off, and we'll see if I can figure out how to make a Let's Get to the Start go here.
Yeah, so the first song, John is gonna step in here and play Let's Get to the Start. Please start chiming in. I'm looking for comments here. So yeah, Let's Get to the Start is the first song on the album, so it couldn't be a more appropriate song to start with. But here, we'll do it. Hey John, how can I'm not seeing the comments. Where do I need to go for that? I apologize. Yeah.
Sorry everyone, false alarm. Here we go, we're going to try again. One last time. One sound after without guitar. Here we go.
Staring at this apartment, staring at these hands. I knew the way to make it right, 'cause I am the resolution, I am the monument. This is how we started, this is where I stand. You say we don't know, it wasn't right until we go. So say that you're right, it won't erase these nights. 'Cause I am the revolution, and I am the malcontent. This is where we started, this is where I stand. You say we don't know, wasn't right until we go. want more, you want more, and you want more, and you want more, and we want more, and we want more, and we don't know, wasn't right to go. You say we don't know, it wasn't right until we go.
Sorry, John, are you there?
I'm there. We're back live.
Dude, that sounded great, man. Thanks for playing that. I'm dealing with a little bit of a delay and talking to people here, but that sounded great.
Thanks, man. I think we're still trying to work out the kinks here, so feel free to chime in.
Yeah, let's go. Because we're gonna have to do more of these.
Yeah, tell us what you want to hear more of. We're happy to chime in.
Dude, that sounded great, man. Thanks for playing that.
Thanks, man.
I'm dealing with a little bit of a delay and talking to people here, but that sounded great.
Well, let me. We're broadcasting obviously remotely between Adam and I, so we're not in the same place. So we're
gonna have to do more of these.
Yeah. So let me highlight then just another track on the record that we want to talk a little bit about. So one of the really fun songs that we wrote on this record was I'm getting that delay too now, Adam. I hear it. One of those tracks was a track that was called XSF, and what was fun about this song, I think, is that we all wrote it together in a room. Just sort of showed up one day, and Rich had the basic idea for this track, and we were sort of chipping away at it, and then all of a sudden we kind of came up with this chorus about the devil you know, which we thought was kind of an interesting concept. And so, this became one of our favorite songs on the record, and one that we did a video for. And the video's already out, and it was recorded by our good friend Adam Pedito and his crew at Audica Productions. And sort of the inspiration for the video was like a darker, rocky kind of idea. Rich is from South Philly, so it just seemed appropriate that we would do sort of a salute to the roots, I guess, if you will. And so this is the video and the track, and I thought it would be cool just to play this for you. And here you go. Without further ado, this is XSF.
Take
And we're back. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. So that was XSF. A shout out to everyone again who helped us make that video. It was a lot of fun on a reasonably cold day in Philadelphia, in a former boxing studio, now MMA fighting gym. I think fun story. Rich got a fat lip making that video, so the boxing was real. Adam, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I got you. All right, we're back on. Good. So a little more about the record, I guess. When we started the record, we start that process about 18 months to 2 years in advance, and so we spent a long time writing demos for the record. And so I think one of the things we were really excited about was that we had put together about 30 songs for this effort, and we've never done that before, so this was like the first time we ever spent time actually trying to, usually we would write, 10 songs and that became the record, or in the case of New Air, we did 7 and we just felt like those were the good ones, so we stopped there. And so, this was kind of unique in the sense that we were trying to see if we could, what would happen if we pushed ourselves to write a whole lot of songs and then weaned it down. And so Jesse, who produced the record, is a wonderful engineer out of Vancouver and somebody we've known for a while. And so he came in and he had mixed the last 2 records and decided that on this record he would come and fly to New Jersey, where Gradwell House is, and produce it. And that turned out to be a great decision. He helped us take all the demos, which we're sort of slowly posting, if anyone cares, at the Fire and Radio Friendship Society. And if anyone needs the link, just DM us and we'll send it to you. But we've decided to just put them all out there. If you want to hear how it all gets made, we're happy to show you the backstory. But he helped us go through every one of those demos and take the 30 ideas and kind of wean it down to 11 songs, and that's what became the record. And it was a lot of fun doing that, because I think we'd have at any time like 2 types of songs that were kind of similar, and he helped us like say, okay, well, this is like the best version. And in some cases, like Sunday Cassock and some others, we took the 2 versions and we borrowed from pieces. Like we'd say, okay, well, that verse is really good, let's combine that with the chorus because thematically they're sort of similar. And so that's a lot of how we went about making the record, which I think was really turned out to be a really good process for us. So I think part of the reason we're so proud of it is, when you work harder to get there, I think there's something satisfying about looking backwards and going, oh wow, I don't know if we would have got here but for doing that work. So anyway, we'd like to just play you another snippet of a song that was kind of put together in that same way, and this one's kind of unique because it was Rich who had the sort of basic idea for this idea of gravity, and if you know anything about Rich's songwriting, he writes a lot of songs about ghosts, which is always really cool. He brings a lot of that into the themes of these songs, and we got to the chorus then we kind of got stuck. And so this band's very democratic. It's not like the guitar player writes all the songs or the bass player writes all the songs or anything like that. And so in this case, Adam, who's sitting over here let me get that right, over here, other way, there we go.
I'm here, yeah.
Right there, in the Hawaiian shirt. It's opposite, which is kind of interesting. But anyway,
yeah.
He also said, I think I got a chorus for that, and so he wrote the chorus for that song. And so, again, this song's called Gravity, and we're going to play a little bit of it for you right now and let you check it out. Hang in there for 1 minute, and here we go.
I hear Griffin.
My
Hey, Tebow just joining us there, John. Mr. Tebow's in. I think Michelle just joined us. Michelle Weinman just joined us too. Hey, what's up, guys? Okay. Tulare would be great. Um, this tune John's gonna pull off. I don't know. Oh, he's pulling it off. Oh, you'll pull it off, my friend. This is a real pleasure, actually, to mess around with this. I don't know how it's coming across. I'm having a blast watching and listening, and I love that everybody's sitting here watching us. So. Am I not coming through, Rich? Okay. All right. Bear with us, folks. This is modern technology during a pandemic. So we need to adjust appropriately for okay. Jenny can read lips, so that's good. They're saying they can't hear your voice, John. Michelle can hear me. It sounds like you're on mute.
That would be because I was on mute. How's that?
There you are. Can everybody hear him now?
Can you hear me now? It's like a bad commercial.
No.
Let's see if we're getting the signal here.
Are we? We're doing this?
We're attempting to go live here. Let's see.
Is that are those lights on?
Yep, I think it's on.
Little blinky thing?
We're gonna give it a try right here.
Kill it, dude.
All that love, so lost tonight, and you say we're wrong. Look where we're gone. You keep on turning it on, and you know I like. Say we're wrong. Look where we're gone. 16 miles to your apartment when the call came in. Rain had started, Mr. Late lost minds in the ways we used to move. We're all bent up to be held together. Keep us guessing, no, we'll never understand outside. Lonely lines you choose. we're all out of love, so lost tonight. And you say we're wrong, look where we're gone. You keep on turning it on, and you know I like. You say we're wrong, look where we're going. And all you say is fancy on your rain. And all we do, we count the lines, but you are not afraid. The world would say we'll come and fall apart. You do it all tomorrow. Will it get that far? We're all out of love, so lost tonight. And you say we're wrong, look where we're going. Keep on turning it on, and you know I like. You say we're wrong, look where we're going. Keep on turning it on. And we're back.
Hey, good job, dude. That would sound great.
Thanks, man. Is the guitar coming through all right, everyone? I can't tell.
I can't hear anything, so I'm just going off the comments, and it sounds like everybody's loving it. So
All right,
let's just roll with that.
we're just gonna roll with that.
Um,
So let's talk about
yeah,
another song
I think so.
on the record. Maybe talk a little bit about Rewind. So that was another song that kind of came together in a really unique way, where I think we sort of had this shell of an idea, and Rich had brought it to us, and we really liked the idea of being able to go back in time and kind of redo things. If we always want to look at things in hindsight, and so I can't speak to it as well as Rich can, and he's online. So if you want to ask him directly what the song is about, I'm sure he'd be happy to tell you. But this is sort of a song about being able to go back and rewind and start at a better place, and I think we'd probably all like to do that right now. So here we go. This is called Rewind.
Rewind.
Am I still? Can somebody comment? Am I frozen? I was told that I was frozen um, by one of our comments. I'm on. Chime in, people. Okay. This is kind of fun. It's kind of fun. See, I see my cousin Josh is out there. Hey, Josh. Hey, Brian up the street. What's up, dude? Thanks for watching. Mary, Aunt Mary, are you there? Aunt Mary, you've met Aunt Mary, right? We stopped off in Ottawa that time. Who else we got here? Yeah, we played an acoustic show up there, up in Canada, up in Ottawa. Uh, yes. I'm hearing unmute, John. Are you muted? John, are you muted? Okay. I'm here. I'm hearing from the. I can hear you fine. I'm hearing Rich. I'm hearing it from Rich. Richie, I wish you were in here with us. Come on, man. Uh, all right. Yeah, there's a child. Thanks, little buddy. I'm not sure. Yeah, like shoot us some questions. Anything anybody wants to hear in particular, or any questions of about the record that anybody wants to have the answer to? Give me a call. Shoot us a text. I'm looking at everything. I just see something from Misha. I think I was. Hey, what's up, Misha? Hey, buddy. I just unfroze, but now your John is silent. So, can everybody hear John right now? Okay. Hey, Elena. Thanks. We'll try that. Here's Misha. All right. What's next? Are we gonna play? Let's try to play. Do we have another tune we can uh, queue up? All right. Yeah. So this this song is off. It's one of the few kind of more ballad-y songs on the album. Maybe it's not a ballad, but it's a rocker. But it's a cool tune. Right. In this format, it will be a ballad. We're gonna John put together this tune, which is really uh, it's a pretty topical tune, I think, right now, especially. So, uh, uh, hopefully, I'm hearing me. I think the internet is getting overwhelmed with use, so that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. But okay, I'm hearing no vocal from John right now. That's what I'm hearing. No, John's voice is MIA from Joe Moore. Buddy.
I'm back. Check that. Check.
You hear that?
Everyone?
That
Yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. I think I got it. Is everyone hearing that, Adam? Check.
You guys hearing that?
What do you think?
Apologies for the
Technical difficulties.
technical difficulties, but we're working. Yes, Joe says we're back. Misha says yay. Yes.
Okay, here we go. So this song's called...
Ryan says thumbs up. Yeah, let's do this.
This song's called This Is My
So
Document.
this is my document from John Miller.
This is my document. This is my invention. I'm overwhelmed and worn out with the old expressions. Things will never be the same. It just keeps us guessing. And I know I am to blame for all these late confessions. This is my document. This is my indictment. I'm overwhelmed and worn out. Did we lose excitement? Things will never be the same. It just keeps us guessing. And I know I am to blame for all these late confessions. Wake me up. It's time, won't you wake me up? It's time. And as we measure out the days, trade what fall for painless. From where I'm lying on the floor, you're still amazed. And when we look at what we've done, the progress is shameless. If we were better off before, we will not erase. This is my document. This is my invention. I'm overwhelmed and worn out with the old expressions. Things will never be the same. It just keeps us guessing. And I know I am to blame for all these late confessions. Wake me up. It's time, won't you wake me up? It's time. Come on and wake me up. It's time. Come on and wake me up. You're right. You're right. You know you wanna say when all we do is wait. Come on and wake me up. It's time. Oh, come on and wake me up. It's time. Come on and wake me up. You're right. You're right. You know you wanna say when all we do is wait. Come on and wake me up. It's time.
Yeah. Awesome. That was fun. Thanks, John.
Thanks, everyone.
Nobody hear me?
And sorry, I'm back here. Check, check. Hopefully you can hear that.
That was great, dude.
Thanks, man. Hang on. You're frozen. Let me unfreeze you. I feel like I'm in the movie Frozen. Here we go. I'm going to unfreeze you. There we go. Adam's back, everyone. It's a little glitch here. One of many. But we'll get the hang of this.
Am I back?
Yeah, I think you're back. You're back.
Okay. All right.
So happy Friday, everyone.
I don't
Thanks.
think so. I'm looking at my...
No, I see you. You're back.
Yeah.
You're back. I'm seeing your move.
All right.
Yeah, I can see it. All right, so maybe any questions out there, Adam? Anything anyone wants to know?
Yeah, let me see back here. Let me look back. Doug, our buddy Doug from Toronto.
Oh yeah, hey Doug.
He asked if we ever played any cover tunes live, and I said we played that REM song. Which song was that?
It was These Days. I think that's a total request by Misha. So I don't know if we can pull that one.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal on the cover song. So here's what we're thinking. Like, what we're gonna try to do is fumble our way through our actual songs today, and if we do a good job, then in about 2 weeks, Rich is gonna take another shot at doing this, so you can hear the other half of the record. And then after that, sort of the plan is if you want to hear some cover songs, you hit us up, and maybe we'll come back and do some of those too, including for you, Doug and Misha, These Days.
So I got another one here. Elena Georgiadis.
We're going to mispronounce that. We're sorry, Elena.
Do you know Elena?
We do. She's doing a really awesome poster for us right now.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Elena. I saw an interview where it said the title was inspired by what the word monument can represent. Hold on. I'm trying to open the rest of this, which is incredible. Maybe elaborate on that.
So sure. So when we were writing the record, when we were writing the record, we had been only about 4 songs in, and I was working on the sketch for Let's Get to the Start. And at the time, I didn't really have a title for it. And so Rich at the same time had sent me his picture from the 4th of July, again, which became the cover art here. So Rich took that photograph in our band, and he and I did the layout together. But he sent me this picture, and what was really cool about it was sort of the smoke and the faded fireworks and sort of the silhouettes of people. And you know what I thought was interesting, and what Let's Get to the Start was kind of about, was this idea that, you know, the monuments that we've kind of held important over time, you know, in many different cultures have sort of faded in recent years with some of the advent of recent events. And so, you know, we like the idea that that we don't need to look to monuments to seek sort of the change that we want in the world. We could sort of be, you know, our own monuments, and that was a really important theme, and that was kind of what Let's Get to the Start was about. And so the working title of that song was actually Monuments, and then we just decided, okay, well, we should have it be a different title, so that, because what we really thought was like, well, songs are kind of like monuments too, so everything that we're doing here, and all the songs that we're writing, each one of those is like a monument to a certain place and time. And so we really liked the juxtaposition of that, and we thought, well, in order to tie that all in, you can't have one song called that, so you really, because all the songs are kind of their own monuments. And so we sort of changed the title at the end, but that was the start of the record, and you know, it was sort of very immediate to me. When I saw that photograph, I kind of knew immediately that should be the cover. Like, that was a great photo that Rich took, and it just seemed to have all the right vibe to it. So that's kind of how we got there.
That's the best way for things to evolve too. Like, that's been the best thing about this. It seems like everything just makes sense, start to finish. We saw that picture. That was the picture for the album cover. Looks like that answers Hey Wendy Vandermeer. That
answers your question too. How'd you come up with the cover? And
And
I don't know. We've had it's been a little bit of a this album has kind of come out that way, right? It's just kind of like
I think so.
fallen out and everything fallen into place. So, yeah,
I think we tried to tie in, by the way, for
that's my.
everyone waiting for pre-orders here. This is the splattered vinyl, so this will be to you hopefully in the
I
next.
don't have. Yeah.
Adams is on his way, but this is the splattered vinyl, sort of the firework theme, sort of there. So if you already have your copy, there it is. It's on its way to you. Hopefully, all pre-orders have now shipped, and you should have them in the next week. Except for our European friends, we send our regards. That will probably take longer given the shipping. But yeah, so if anyone is interested or still hasn't picked it up, I guess we need to do the selfless or shameless plug. And so they're at Bandcamp, Fire in the Radio, in our merch. So you can go ahead and order your copy there if you haven't. And feel free to DM us if you need the link.
John, what are some of your influences? We got a question here from Jay Amodia.
Oh, hey, Jay.
Amity.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting,
Yeah.
Jay, is that we.
What are some influences?
Yeah, I think it's what's really cool about this. One of the things that's really cool about the way that we do our songwriting is that, and this is why I like this band more than any other band I've had an opportunity to play in, is that it's a very collaborative process. And so, Adam has some influences that are maybe different than the things I gravitate towards, and are different than the things that that Rich might gravitate towards, or Ed, and we certainly have some things that overlap. And so, I think our influences are fairly broad, and we obviously start out with the DIY sort of punk rock piece of it, which is where we all came up in those different scenes. Ed was, our bass player was previously a singer for sort of a formidable hardcore band in Philadelphia, and Rich and Ed have played in other bands together, and as have Ed and Adam. So we kind of all have these different overlaps, but they all kind of gravitate around the whole DIY punk rock scene. But that said, I think we like things that are also broader and outside of that. And so one thing that was really interesting, I guess, for us when we started to try to make this record is we hadn't really spent a ton of time on figuring out, like, how do we want guitars to sound before we go into a studio. I mean, I think we've always kind of enjoyed the amalgamation of, sort of bringing new wave into the punk environment, into a little bit of an alternative space, and trying something to kind of formulate our own sound, if you will. But on this particular record, Rich and I spent a ton of time actually sort of in here, and this is the crow's nest and the sort of our little home studio, and we worked to try to figure out, well, what are our 25 favorite kind of guitar sounds, and what would happen if we started to amalgamate them. So, for example, like we've always been huge fans of The Cure, which is like an old reference, but we definitely love that band. And what would happen if we kind of took that forward and brought that in with something that like was more up to date, like a band like Turnover that we think is great, and then sort of at the same time, all of a sudden we're going to bring in sort of the distortion elements of a band like Jawbreaker or something, and we do the REM cover for a reason, because I think they're just an amazing band and always have thought that. And so I think we try to bring all those different kind of things. So a lot of the punk influences that everyone has, because I think there's some amazing punk rock being made today. But I also think trying to bring in influences outside of that, it's, from our view, I think the best part about punk rock is it's always been a very communal thing, right? And so the idea that it should just be one flavor or one piece of this is not, how we've ever viewed it. And so I think, I think we all sort of wish that there was more like, hardcore mixed with a pop punk band mixed with a sort of indie rock band, and the shows kind of happen like that. Everything seems to be very packaged these days, but I think we try to bring that to our music. We try to bring a lot of diverse influences, and so love bands like the Hot Snakes and things like that, and sort of people certainly reference a lot of Bob Mould and Husker Du, and we certainly love that too. So it's I think it's a mix of new and old and middle, and just trying to write great songs. I think that's where we start from. And then, Jesse was so good at going and, we probably started with 5 amps in the studio, and he just really went and ran with getting different textures, and we kind of used those as our building blocks once we had those sounds, and then went from there.
Hey, John.
Yes.
I got a question for you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
People are asking about how. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you great.
John.
Yeah, I'm good. I hear you
Okay.
great.
I'm getting some questions about how you guys map out your guitar parts. Like, so could you get into that a little bit?
Sure.
About how you and Rich map out your guitar parts? So you and Rich and Ed.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Well, I think the easy
If you could detail that a little.
Yeah, the easy answer is that whoever is singing doesn't play the lead, So I think when Rich is singing, I tend to pick up the lead parts for the most part, and when I'm singing, Rich picks up the leads, and I think probably annoyingly so for Rich, I tend to write leads that are very repetitive. So he's basically playing a lead through the whole song, and God bless him for being willing to tolerate that. But yeah, so
God bless that Rich.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how we generally do it. I think what's really cool is that we don't ever. So it's not like I'll write a song and say, well, here's the song and let's all play that. It tends to be, here's a shell of a song, maybe a verse and a chorus, and then we let everyone kind of chip away at it. And Rich and I actually do something else that I think is somewhat unique, which is whenever one of us writes the lyrics, the other one takes out our pen and we kind of repen the parts that we don't think are working. And so there really is a lot of self-editing that happens before we commit it. And I feel really comfortable with Rich where we can kind of sit down and even if it's a personal thing, turn it over to him and let him grab his pen, and I think he feels the same. And I think songs like XXF, for example, he came up with all the great verses, and I came up with the sort of the hook on the chorus, and that's how we do it. And one time we got a review that said either we mix bass really well or we have one of the best bass players. I think it's probably the latter. Ed is probably one of the premier bass players I've ever had the pleasure of playing with, and he always tends to do an incredible job. So he's both melodic and holds it down. So I'm sure you could speak to that too, Adam.
Yeah, well, he's my guy. I mean, Ed and I are we lock in, and that's my rhythm section. He and we're locking in on that. So can't say enough. I can't say enough good things about Ed, and I wish I had his face up on here today. But
we're sending hearts.
We should play another tune.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do one last.
Yeah,
live one,
oh.
And then we'll let.
I got a dog attack.
All right, dog attack. I'm gonna play one last live one, and then we'll take it out with the closing track on the record. Yeah. Hang on a second. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. We really appreciate it. Always a little bit of setup here.
So everybody out there in the world that's watching, this is Bindi, my cattle dog,
yeah.
And she is a hot mess. But we're get out of here, mutt. But yeah, thanks everybody for chiming in.
I'm gonna play a song called "I Said."
Yeah.
All right, so as Adam said, thanks everyone so much for tuning in. This is a song called "I Said." And I guess it wouldn't be complete. We got these cool lights, so we should at least use them once, I guess, here. So we'll get them going here, so we have a little ambiance here. This song's called "I Said."
I was drunk and buried in your arms, your arms. You were staring at the sky, asked if we were home. Said you never had one that you know. And I said, let me know if you think this is enough. And I said, everything doesn't always have to cut. You've drowned in your own head. You've always been the one to doubt it. This time I know I'll prove you. Summer Lake Peninsula will miss you in the fall. Wondered if we get past it all. And I would stare up at the sky and ask if we were home. Said you never had one that you've known. And I said, let me know if you think this is enough. And I said, everything doesn't always have to cut. You're drowned in your own head. You've always been the one to doubt it. This time I know I'll prove you. I said, let me know if you think this is enough. And I said, everything doesn't always have to cut. You're drowned in your own head. You've always been the one to doubt it. This time I know I'll prove you wrong. Prove you wrong.
Woo!
Thanks, everyone.
John sounded good tonight. Sounds great, dude.
Thanks, man.
Thanks everybody for chiming in. I'm like trying to answer comments, man. I mean, I know we're all proud of this album, and people are paying attention, and they seem to like it. So
I know it's
that's
crazy.
pretty cool. It is crazy. So yeah, let me see here. I've got Christopher Matter says, "You guys rule. I am so glad this record came out today." Greg says, "How do you and Rich map out the guitar parts?" So, yeah, we already kind of covered that. Thanks for asking, Greg. Let's see. Elena, it looks like Elena had to check out. Doing a house at 10 p.m. Elena, thanks for joining us. That was great. As always, Joe Moore. He's in here with us. He's all about the way you described writing a song, from what it sounds like. Yeah. He says that's the best way to write a song. Come in with a couple riffs and roll with it. That's totally it. That's it, right? Yeah. Got Bart. Is Bart online? That the Bart that I knew from way back when? I'm not sure. Hey Bart. I think that's my old buddy Bart from high school. Let's see. Andrew says, "Good to hear live music. Thanks for doing this." Joe says, "Mad love. Thanks for this album." Hey, Karna's chiming in. That's my sister Karna. Karna, you watching? hang tight, Car. You got some stuff coming. Happy birthday, belated, the 31st of March. Oh yeah. How old is your pops? He's up there. He's awesome. Happy birthday, Mr. Mr. Miller. Listen, my husband. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I was just trying to hit all these comments before we go. Uh, anyway, I just want to give a shout out to all you guys in the band and everybody who's out there listening. I mean, right now, I think this kind of thing, even though it may be a little bit unpolished, if you will, it's still a great way to still have a community of people in the music, and we can still get through all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, let's just and we're gonna hone this down. And this kind of has been fun seeing all these. I'm getting beeps coming in right now all over the place. So let's keep it going.